Perfect.
Whoopsies!
Good
Ah!
Wednesday evening, everyone. While
Hello!
Celeste gets her
Hello!
mic ready.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Venture Maidens. My microphone is definitely on. Uh, welcome, everybody, to episode 97 of the Venture Maidens campaign. Every time I look at my calendar, I'm like, whoa, we're really getting up there. Oh my gosh. I'm super duper excited to play tonight. How are y'all doing? Y'all ready to play some D&D? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always
So
ready.
ready.
Good. I think it'll be a good time. But yeah, before we do recaps and business and stuff, I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Celeste Konowich, and tonight I will be your dungeon master.
Hi, I'm Brittany, and I'll be playing your Moon Elf Warlock, Arnadella Thill.
Hello, I'm Katie. I'm going to be playing Fera, the Tiefling Sorceress.
I'm Nassim, and I'm in a closet by choice. So forgive me, it will improve in the future. And I'm playing your human monk, Cyanor.
And I'm Sage, and I will be your positively courageous cleric, Kara Brynhilda.
Oh, yeah. Nassim, I will say the art in your closet made me think it wasn't a closet, so good job on the deception. I fell for it. You got me. And before we get into the recap of what happened last time, because things are moving and a shaking, we are doing another dice giveaway tonight. So RPG Dice has generously donated another set of beautiful handcrafted dice. The rules real quick for that giveaway. Halfway through the stream, we're going to open up that giveaway. We're going to give you a code word. You have to enter it in the chat, and then you have to stick around to the very, very end of the stream when we pull that winner. So make sure if you enter, you stick around for the whole show. I'll just flash those real quick. Whoa, look at these beauties. Look at these sparkle green beauties. Painted with that bright yellow gold. It's a good set. So yeah, check out RPG Dice, RPG_Dice, dice spelled with a Y, on Twitter as well, because thank you so much for donating all these awesome dice to the show. And that's that. So tell me, cool cats, what happened last time we played Venture Maidens?
Well,
Well,
it was
yeah.
quite a sad departure.
Mm-hmm.
After we waited the 3 days for Sae's brass knuckle avatar killing weapons, we all did our own thing for a while. Arnie was looking up all different books that they had in their little studio apartments, and then Kara was checking out some dwarven ruins, and Fera and Sae were doing yoga in the most beautiful place ever, while Fera tried to get in touch with her inner power so that she didn't have to rely on the gods for it if push came to shove. And after the days had passed, we did finally let out poor old Chess, who was just doing their best bard job, to interview. I'm having a brain fart. What's the Titan's name?
Manetios.
And get some information on her lair and everything, which she was actually pretty excited about because she thought she was going to die soon and wanted her legacy written down and everything. So after we got our weapons, we said tearful goodbyes, and it was really sad, and I didn't like it. And she teleported us back to the Elysium Keep, where we were met with sheer chaos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, someone didn't tell me about that chaos. What was up?
Farah was immediately bombarded by 1,000 messages, telepathic messages of, when you don't have any signal, and then all of a sudden you get into an area where you finally have 5G again, and you're like, boop, 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 boop.
Yep.
Ping, 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 ping. And so we finally, I think we met up with Christoph, gave him the DL, been like, hey, this is where we've been. How long has it been? I'm sorry, what? And we learned that Isolde was kicked out of her leadership position because of her former associations with Rem, and is no longer to be trusted.
Yeah. So that pretty much covers it, and that's where we are picking up. You all are finally back at the Elysium Keep after about a month has passed since you originally headed out to go find, across the desert to find a way to talk to Menetios. All of that time had passed, and now you are back at the Elysium Keep. You had met very briefly with Kristoff, who was like, "Hey, Fera, I need you to help me with all of these things." And Fera, you were like, "No, we'll all get settled first." And you all had decided to go and talk to Isolde, who not only has been removed from her position of power, but literally all of her powers have been taken away from her. The Sisters of Sorrow just cut her off completely from her magic. And out of pity, basically, Kristoff didn't send her away, defied instructions from the Sisters of Sorrow, and kept her here in the keep. And so now you all headed down to the workshop, to Gidget's workshop, where apparently Isolde was hanging out, and you had walked in there, and she's sitting there dressed in commoner clothing, which looks very weird on her, someone who's always been, very put together and in the robes of the Sisters of Sorrow. And she was sewing a bunch of broken armor that had been lined out on a table. And all of you had kind of walked in and made eye contact. And the last thing she had said is, "Ah, well, look at us. Here we all are." And all of you are standing there in this workshop, and she's still seated in this chair, kind of looking up at all of you.
Oh man, this is awkward. Not, where do we even begin in this moment?
Fera kind of like takes.
I want to run over and give her a hug.
Oh, yeah, you do. You like sweep her up, and she's like, and she does. She hugs you back and kind of looks at you, Arnadel, and asks, "How was your trip?"
Well, a lot. Good. We're here. We have a lot to tell you, but also looks like you have a lot to tell us.
Oh, well, I'm sure you all heard already, if you didn't already know. And she kind of looks at you, Fera, and like kind of twists her head, nods at you. So that's pretty much all that's going on with me. And you don't have to tell me anything now, if you don't want to.
You okay?
I'm fine. It's odd having power ripped away from you like that, but I'm doing the best I can. There's no point feeling down about it. So I figured I should help. And she kind of looks at this big pile of busted stuff behind her. And I came from nobility, so I don't have much in the way of useful skills, but I can sew a mean piece of cloth. So
I mean, that's more than I could say. I just hit stuff. I mean, that's gotten me this far in life.
Who says knowledge isn't a hell of a skill?
Oh, fair enough, but my knowledge of the past and present and future, that was all magical based. I find myself quite in the dark in terms of information now. So I suppose I'm just feeling how regular people feel.
Before they brought you down here, did something happen with Rem or anything? I mean, I just don't understand this reasoning to bring you down here. We all were tied to Rem in some way or another.
Honestly, I was hoping that Fera could tell me why. I certainly don't know what I did. they made it very clear that for whatever reason you were to step up into my position, so I'm hoping that they offered you some kind of explanation.
Pretty much exactly as Saye said. They didn't want somebody in charge who had that kind of a connection with Rem, and I actually don't really have any kind of connection with Rem. I've never even met her face to face like that before. So I think that, and the fact that I worship them, uh, kind of made me the ideal candidate. And I tried to convince them that it wasn't a big deal that you were devoted to their cause and their teachings, but they didn't really seem to give a shit, to be honest with you. And when they asked me to take over, I was scared that if I said no, they would give it to somebody that we didn't have some sort of bond and connection with and wouldn't be able to talk to and reason with as they made their coming decisions.
Well, I served them well for the time I did, and I suppose the great irony in all of this is I didn't see it coming. I guess they hid that part from me. So perhaps what they did choose to show me was colored to whatever their whims are.
If it's any consolation, we have learned a lot about the gods recently, and they are not fantastic. By no stretch of the imagination. We met one of the last remaining Titan, and I know I for a brief moment when Nerul was killed and both Fera and I lost our divine connection, that moment of terror and loss, it was difficult for even a second, and you're an incredibly strong individual to keep going with that kind of loss.
I'm glad you think so.
Another thing that we did learn from Minitios, and I'm not sure where you're at or if you're ready to start looking into this, though, is she told me that we were born with the ability to get power from ourselves. So if you still want to help in some way, if you want to regain your power, you don't need to rely on that connection.
You know, I'm an Eladrin. We live quite a long time. I had an entire life before I met Rem, before I came here. And I left that all behind and became part of the Sisters of Sorrow and learned these abilities. Perhaps this is just another phase. That's done. I've reinvented my life before. I don't see why I shouldn't do it again. Part of me has no desire to serve anymore, truly. These gods, if it is this fickle, if we do everything for them and sacrifice so much for them and they still choose to do this, that's not something I want to be beholden to anymore.
I agree with that. I also think that, you becoming part of this organization and doing everything you did, ultimately, while yes, it came in with the purpose of serving, you can change who you serve and you can let that be your friends and your allies and protect them in the best way that you can as things start to unfold.
Yeah. Well, unless you have any objections, I don't have anywhere to go for now, so I figured I'd help the Sisters of Sorrow through whatever is about to happen, because you all are my friends, my family. I have no one else, nowhere else in the world. to go. So I would like to stay if you'll let me, Fera, and help until this is done at least.
Isolde, the first thing I asked when I stepped through that portal was, "Where are you? Please don't leave. We love you."
We'll see. I'm not ready to leave the keep yet, but it is quite painful being here. For many reasons. This is just another one.
Carl put like a soft hand on her shoulder and she'll say, the biggest lesson that we learned from Minitios was that, like Farah was saying, that we are enough, that you are enough, and we are all the embodiment of the power that we create in the world. I have no doubt that you'll rebuild yourself again and you will be stronger than ever. And in the meantime, and she kind of looks around a little sheepishly, we're all happy to see you.
Especially Kara.
And I think Isolde does that thing where, she puts a hand kind of over her face and you see she clenches her jaw very tight. And, kind of gets rid of these tears that are welling up in her eyes. She pushes them away and she's like, thank you for the kindness and for letting me stay.
You would do the same for us.
Sanye's like, no.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, it certainly helps to have friends in high places. She looks at Fera and is like, well, she's gonna help you out for sure.
Farrah's like giving her eyes like, "Oh, did I miss something? I've only known this chick for a little bit here."
Ooh.
So I suppose you probably have a lot to do, Fera.
Fuck, don't remind me.
We're taking 24 hours to get a hot bath and a good sleep, and I think then we're getting to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's if I don't get fucking cornered.
Well, Kristoff is persistent. I would watch your back if you don't want to get trapped into something. For what it's worth, I don't have any powers anymore, but I have run organizations and people for quite some time. If there's anything I can help with, you just need to ask.
I would appreciate it because I've never run anything in my life. Barely even my life, actually. I just kind of go with the flow. So, we'll see how this goes, but I will definitely keep that in mind as I'm drowning to death in paperwork and bureaucracy.
It's
His year is old.
It's I suppose I won't miss that. That's true. Silver lining. That's your problem now. She says and kind of pulls like a thread through this piece of cloth just a little bit too sharply.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. But yeah, you'll probably get a knock on your door.
Mm.
I would appreciate anything you can assist me with.
Just to really transition everything over. I'm sleeping here, so Gidget's set up a cot for me. So, I suppose my quarters are all yours.
Well, I will let you know after day one if I have any questions.
All right.
But I'm really glad that you're still here and you're okay-ish. Okay-ish.
Doing the best I can.
And hey, if you need a drink, You know where to find us.
You know, I suppose I could do that. I guess I don't really have anyone to impress anymore.
Fera looks at everyone. Pony keg later tonight.
That's what I was
the
gonna
keg
say.
tradition. Yeah.
You can come join us in our typical return to the keep fashion, especially now that Ferris trying to hide from Kristoff. I'll get a pony keg. We'll bring it to one of our rooms, and then we'll hide it there.
Right.
You guys can help me cheat on my homework.
Fair enough. Well, you should probably have better things to do, I'm sure.
I guess. Well, I guess I'm off to slip into the shadows to try and get a moment of rest.
Good luck. And I suppose I should say, Fera, I hope you learn from this what happened to me. Clearly, it can happen to any of us at any time, so just be careful.
I will. I'm trying to find the inner flame. See if what Manitio said is actually true. Anyway, I don't really know what else to say, but I'm glad you're okay.
Start to make that awkward exit.
Yeah,
okay, bye now. I'll see you around, I guess.
Backing out. And yeah, you can back out of the workshop and into the courtyard. You know, she's waving you out, returning to her pile of work.
Oh, fuck. Shit, we didn't ask about Valerius. Didn't he disappear?
So it was mentioned very briefly in like the very long laundry list of things that Kristoff threw at you, that Valerius is currently setting up magical protections around the keep.
Okay. So he's back.
He's working with the artificers, with Gidget and Whizban to like prepare the keep for war. Since nobody really knows what's happening, they didn't have a leader to like confirm or deny actions. They're just doing the best they can.
Pulling up.
Yeah, and as a reminder too, as you step into the courtyard, there are still just a ton of people here because Aaron has also called back all of the Sisters of Sorrow agents. So, you know, while the four of you have been running around the world like your own squad, there are a bunch of other squads that are also doing missions across this world for the Sisters of Sorrow. And so now it seems all of these people are back. So it's like 100 adventurers wandering around this keep. That isn't gigantic, so you are certainly feeling the crowd.
Well, is there anything else we want to check out before we hide away for a moment?
I'm sure you're gonna want to go see Aaron.
Yeah. I saw him briefly for like a split second.
Yeah, very briefly, and he was like, I've got to do so many things, but I'm excited to see you later.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm
right.
like,
That's right.
I need a bath also.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, but if you want to just like tell us all that the pony keg's in your room and then we'll make ourselves scarce, you just let me know.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
I'm a third date kind of lady, Fera, all right?
Really?
Are you sure
What's
about
that?
I got 0 and we still boinked, girl.
Our adventures have been dates.
We've been on 97 days, like 67.
About 50.
Yeah.
About 50 since Fera's come on.
Well, are all of them always so deadly? My God.
Really
If
depends.
I knew those were dates, I wouldn't have called. Jeez. That was a funny mess.
Yeah, I mean, so you all have, this period of time. You're back at the keep. I'm sure you all have business to attend to, people you would like to see. So it's kind of up to all of you what you want to spend your time doing. You know that you did promise Kristoff that you would come right back as soon as you could to deal with some paperwork stuff. Arnadel, you definitely have an outstanding date to meet later tonight with Aaron. Other than that, I think those are the commitments, but of course we do have, all of our precious darlings around the keep.
I mean, I think we all kind of want to like get a little bit more plugged in. So I'm think like there's probably an individual Venture Maiden or Sisters of Sorrow agent that we would want to like I would want to touch base with Valerius because like he speaks the magic,
The words
and
of
I
the
would
magic.
like, yeah, right. Like we all kind of just want to do our duty and check in, and then have our alone time.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I can get my to-go bag of work.
Go back.
Sciagus is probably gonna stay by Fera's side just for emotional support.
God.
Because
To karate chop people who hand her documents.
Exactly. Kind of
Slap
be like
them right
her
out their hands.
executive assistant.
Yeah,
Because
slash
I know how
bodyguard.
stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how stressed out she is right now. So she's just kind of
/ personal
being your
trainer.
little-
Oh my
yeah.
God, you totally are Pharaoh's lifestyle coach.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm your
my
lifestyle
God.
guru.
Yes.
After this, we're gonna meditate, girl.
Yeah.
Your life on
Meditation at
track.
1:30, 2 o'clock, you got to do some more paperwork. 3 o'clock, we're going to go to lunch.
We have a 5-minute window to cry if you're super stressed.
Yeah, I mean, we also have New Breach there, and you did leave a certain tiefling behind who might like to see you too.
Who's got the time for a man right now? No offense, Aaron.
There is always time, girl. It's called self-care.
Just slip
I'll
that
be
man
checking
right
up
in
on
there.
him for you. I'll go find out where he is, and we'll schedule a time to rendezvous.
Oh God. Okay.
Got no time for love, Dr. Jones. Cap don't fly with my coop.
No. So question, do you all want to like bathe and put your stuff down and then we
Yeah.
go into... Okay.
Yeah.
So you all can like head back to your rooms and have like a truly to yourself private moment. Is there anything in particular you are doing? I think these rooms feel very strange after being gone for a month and so much has happened in that time. So what's that experience like? Anything notable happen?
I think Kara is just so excited to be able to lie down on her own bed. It's been so long.
Yeah, and you haven't been sleeping in great spaces. You were in a shitty studio apartment, and then you were... Oh, I guess the mage cave was pretty cool until, evisceration. And
Revisit.
then you were sleeping in the sand in the desert. It's been a long month.
Yeah. Definitely excited for
man.
her own pillow.
Oh
her own
yeah,
sheets.
that slant.
Oh.
So good. On a perfectly made bed because of course Vlad has made your bed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think even there's like a little like jar of mead that has been left for you with like a black
Bless.
withered bow on it. You're not sure how it's withered because it's fabric, but it looks like it.
Oh, God bless Vlad. Actually, Karin really does kind of want to find Vlad because if there's anyone who's gonna know the goings on of the house, it is the butler.
That is true. Well, you just have to call his name and he appears. So, anything notable, Saye, Fera, or Arnadel that you were doing? Oh, Fera, actually, all of your stuff has been moved out of your room, and moved into the nice quarters of the Sisters of Sorrow because you're the leader now. So I'm gonna let you describe what that's like. What do Isolde's quarters that are now yours look like?
I mean, I feel like Isolde's quarters is like very modestly decorated, but everything is very fine of the few things there are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like a lot of like religious tomes on the bookshelf and stuff, and like there's like really nice like black silk sheets that are just like her small luxury,
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's just like it's very, very nice, very well crafted, but there's like not too much here. And I feel like with Farah's things that look like bohemian brothel style is kind of her go-to.
You're like,
Are
here's
just
my
kinda like-
pirate wench outfit.
Yeah.
Like that happened.
Just kind of looks so fucking misplaced because like she's not a rich woman, you know, and so it's just like her like comfort like brightly colored blanket that she always takes with her, and like her few like just awful smutty romance books
Mhm.
are like awkwardly placed on the bookshelf next to these like religious books, and she's just like, this is fucking
The lore
weird,
of
and
the
I-
plains. Next to, yeah.
once touched by man, like
Oh my god, yes.
but yeah, so she's just like, ugh, well, I'm gonna just, I guess, bathe since I have to look at people and be important.
Yeah.
And
It's pretty nice. There's your own like tub and like bathroom in this room. Everybody else has to do like kind of dorm style. So you get your own bathroom.
Well, that's fucking nice. She's like, well, okay, it's not so weird. Yeah, so she'll just take a bath, and she doesn't normally like brush her hair or anything because she's just that like person who just falls into place normally, but she's like actually taking time, putting on like the pinch cheeks sort of thing, and like trying to get herself together to go be presentable.
Yeah. Saye, Arnadel, anything in particular happening as you're getting settled?
Well, as soon as I get into my room, I want to call for Vlad and see where he is and how he's doing. Also, I really want tea. So it's like, how's it going? But also like, could you bring me some tea bags?
But also I really need that right now.
Yeah. I really just want to check up on Vlad, and I think the only things she's excited to return to, because she doesn't have that much stuff that she doesn't carry on her at all times anyway,
Yeah.
are like her yoga mat that she kept from the monastery, and then her tea set that belonged to her mother. She prefers to drink from there when she's like having a moment alone and wants to be quiet and have a moment of peace. So if Vlad shows up, she'll actually invite him to come in and have some tea with her to catch up.
Very cool. Yeah, Vlad will definitely show up. But Arnadel, is there anything that you wanted to do in particular in this moment to yourself?
Bathe, like
Just
hot bath, and
soak
just
till raisinhood in this. Yep. Relatable.
That's all I can think of if I were in that situation.
Yeah. All right. So Saye, you call for Vlad, just out, and a whisper comes to you from the corner. Yes, madam. And you see Vlad is standing there all of a sudden, hunched in the very corner, like the shadows of the room.
Oh, wait, he's already in my room?
Yep. He just appeared.
Oh my god. Vlad! I mean, she tries not to be too excited, because she also got a little scared. Oh my god, it's so good to see you. And she's gonna like be one of those, can we hug? Kind of gesture.
Yeah, he'll put out his arms. He towers over you, 2.5 feet or so. So yeah, he'll tuck around the sides and kind of just stand there. It is
a nice cold hug from Vlad.
Good to see you as well. How are you?
I'm really tired and a little overwhelmed, but I'm really glad to see you and just be here. And what's it been like here? I know if anyone hears anything, it's you. You're everywhere.
It has been strange and strained. I think power and politics are starting to wear at everyone.
Yeah.
What happened to young Mistress Isolde, and with young Master Aaron as well in this new position. Everyone is a little uneasy.
Well, it's been a long time since we've heard about you and your family. Have you managed to speak with anyone, or?
Oh no. My family is long passed from this world, and that is for the best. Whenever they wake up, it is not good.
Okay, I for some reason thought he had like a son that we did a one-off thing with, but okay.
You did. You went back to, for a Halloween episode, you went back to his old family home. You saw the dead ghost of his little sister.
Oh, okay, they were all dead. Never mind.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well then, and apparently there's some kind of curse situation with him and his father sent a big nasty Skeletor monster after all of you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Well, I guess it is for the better that they're not around anymore, especially given what's to come in the days and weeks ahead.
Quite.
But would you like to have some tea with me right now and just enjoy a little silence together? I know you value that as much as I do.
I do. Silence is a rarity in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'll sit down. It's very weird because he's so tall. He just folds his whole body, these like massive legs, sitting on the floor as he reaches out a big hand to take this tiny little cup.
Oh yeah, it's tiny in his hand.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He'll sip it so delicately. And even though the water is hot, his pallid complexion does not change in any way as he sips on this tea.
Mm-hmm. How has do you help Isolde in any way? Do you still serve her, or is she completely on her own down there?
She is free to move about the keep as she wishes. Master Kristoff made that very clear. Even if he had not, I would be inclined to still serve her. She has treated me kindly.
Okay.
I've never pretended to be fond of these sisters of sorrow, and this is yet another nail in that coffin, one might say.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. I mean, I personally joined because I thought I was chasing some grand adventure, and then, I mean, things changed and I became attached to the people I was working with. But the sisters themselves have really done a lot to make me question why I'm here. And I mean, I'm glad I'm still here, if not just to see your darling face.
He
But...
nods without smiling. If it's not overstepping my bounds, I would say I have seen gods fall. I have seen gods be defeated by great evil or become evil themselves. Gods are just like the rest of us, vessels to be corrupted at the slightest misstep.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's taking me a long time to kind of see that way, but not that I've ever been beholden to any one deity or anything, but you see how they help so many other people and give so many such power that I could never have. It's scary to know what the world would be like without them, or not know what the world would be like without them. So it's kind of a confusing place to be in right now, and have this responsibility to either stop someone who believes they're doing a good thing for the world, or are we just keeping a status quo if we were to stop them? I don't know. I mean, it's not your place to tell me. I think I'm just venting out loud right now, Vlad, so thanks for listening. But I mean, you've been around a long time and you've seen a lot. What do you make of all this that's happening?
I was very fond of Rem. She brought me here. She gave me this position. She displayed a kindness and a wisdom that others did not. I have great evil in my past, and she took me in anyway. I think to judge her actions too harshly might be a mistake. But, at the end of it all, I do not serve her. I do not serve the Sisters of Sorrow. I serve the Elysium Keep. So my interests are aligned with the people who live here. If Rem or if the sisters threaten that, then I will certainly raise my blade to stop it. Brittany's losing her shit. I don't know why.
I think I might. That was a nice little clue as to what he might be.
And he seems to be done speaking and sips his tea once again.
Yeah. All right. We pick up on that cue. We just continue sipping our tea and go into deep thought.
All right. And let's, travel around the circle here. So, Kara, you also wanted to speak to Vlad as well, yes?
I mean, she can just reconvene with Saya later, because Saya does always call him first, so she'll like, I'll get the scoop later anyway.
We'll get the scoop.
But I guess you would want to go and try and catch Gidget though. Be like, hey, what's up? I'm back. Are we still doing the break thing? Like, what's no pressure?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, where are you going to find her? Are you asking around or what? I
think she would first go to her workshop since that's likely where she would be, and if she's not there, then if Isolde's there, then she'll ask her. And since Fera's got new big girl quarters now, Isolde should have Fera's old quarters. Am I right?
Well, Fera or Isolde's not an agent of the Sisters of Sorrow. She can't have agent quarters.
Fair.
That would be like keeping her on the books when she had to be fired. It's the whole thing.
Got it.
And a lot of this too, I think, is you're probably getting the sense that it's self-imposed because Isolde also doesn't want to bring down the wrath of these gods on anyone by being. She is quite aware that she shouldn't be here and is just trying to.
Got it.
Fly under the radar. But yeah, if you walk back down to the workshop, I think Isolde is still there. So as you walk in, she is tugging at another thread, and she looks up at you. Oh, you're back.
Oh, I was looking around for Gidget. Have you seen where she is?
Oh, I think she's with Valerius. Last I heard, they were setting wards around the base of the cavern. So she might be there.
Sense. Awesome. Cool. Thanks. And later we're having our meetup in my room. So if you want to swing by for a no pressure drink, you're welcome to.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Kara's nodding like, cool.
I'll see
Awkward
you there.
finger pulling. I'm gonna go. Backs out awkwardly.
Twice. My God, Kara's just so awkward. Kara's been such a badass for the last 10 episodes.
All of it spent. When it comes to women, she's like, hey, I like stuff.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay, so do you want to head down to the base of the cavern? I don't know if you've ever walked around there. It's like a cool underwater lake sort of thing going on down there. You've really only seen it from the top of the stairs so far, but yeah, you can descend down the stairs, descend down yet another set of stairs, avoiding the exit that would take you to New Breach, and kind of winding down these natural pathways that line this cavern here. And you can hear, echoing up from this vast stony chamber voices long before you ever even get there. And you do see that there is a group of people crowded around. You see Valerius, you see Gidget, and you see Whizban are all at work inlaying these like metal rings into the walls, like the very base walls of this cavern here, and they seem to be having some kind of discussion about the best way to accomplish this task.
Mm-hmm. Makara will sort of like quietly slide up, trying not to like interject, but is like listening, and sort of gives like just a nod of recognition to each of them.
Oh yeah, and Valerius will turn to you. Oh, Kara, it's good to see you. I'm so glad you've made it back in one piece. That's great news. And Whizban kind of just gives you a fervent nod and then continues looking at this ring here. And Gidget kind of turns around and is like, oh, hey, Gara.
Well, so I'm sure that Arnadel's gonna want to talk to you because we learned a lot of arcane shit, and you guys can have your arcane magic talk, as she motions to Valerius.
Oh,
and
yes.
and then she looks at Gidget and is like, can we check in later?
Sure. It's not something we can talk about now. There's the question behind the question in that statement.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, she's like, probably not best now, not with your working right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I'll be done here in a bit. And Valerius is like, you can go, Gidget. It's really fine. We've already done like 3 of these. It's just me waiting for Whizban to approve things. If you would like to go. And Gidget's like, oh no, I can stay. It's fine. And Valerius is like, no, I think you should go. And Gidget's like,
oh, one of those.
I guess I'm free now. You know what? I should take a break. Do you want to walk into New Breach? I guess we can go to the short stop. Dee's restaurant is really popping off.
Yeah, sweet, good. I don't remember the last time I actually ate a meal, so that's great. And yeah, we'll head on up these sets of stairs. And
you see her. She like has a bunch of mud on her hands. You're not sure how it got there, and she kind of slaps it onto a wall. And is like, meh, and pulls some gloves out of her pocket. It gets a streak on her forehead as she's like, okay, well, just go do that. She follows you towards that entrance, and you can step out into the light of day. You see New Breach, the town that has kind of formed around the base of this entrance to the Sister of Sorrow. It's blossoming. I mean, every time you come back, it's remarkable how much these people have managed to build in such a short amount of time. The structures are really starting to look less like shacks and more like actual structures as you kind of wind into town. And, Gidget waves at a bunch of people moving through. It seems like she's gotten to know the people here pretty well. And you can circle your way kind of towards the center of it all, where there's like a glorified food stand that now seems to have like an extension that's been added onto it. And there are people, running around and serving up bowls of food around this central like heating unit where they're heating and cooking everything here. And you get to the counter and so you want to order?
Yeah, you've eaten here before, whatever you think is great. And then there's a spot that I love over on the beach where we can sit and talk if you don't mind.
Okay. I feel like, before we kind of walk down this path, whatever that is, Kara, things haven't changed for me. I mean, we're still in a lot of danger quite a bit now, more than ever, it feels like. So I guess I just don't want to get your hopes up here.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's what I wanted to talk about. I mean, I just wanted to check in to see if things had changed, and I I mean, knowing you, I didn't think that they would, but I don't know. I'm not great at shades of gray, and if this just isn't the time now, then it's not the time. And maybe it will be in the future, but if you just want to just fully break it now.
I mean, I do think that after all this, I think a lot, about what we had, and I loved every minute of it, and I still love you, Kara. But I can't. I can't be living every day afraid of where you are and what's going on. And so maybe while this is, you and I, the way we are now, I just don't see that working until something changes in a big way. And, I don't expect you to wait on that if you're not okay with that. Or so I guess I'm sorry. All I have to offer you is gray, I guess.
No, I know, and I cherish every minute that we've had together as well. You've brought me a lot of smiles in a time when things were hard and dangerous, and I will always be grateful for that and for your friendship and your genius. I think I have a few dents in my armor, by the way. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can work those out. Yeah, no, yeah, I can.
Oh, and I got some really cool new toys that I think that you would really like looking at, like a really cool shield that like does a big blast. Oh, you'll love it. And then she kind of remembers herself and like, oh, okay, stay on topic.
Oh, she smiles, a big smile that seems so relieved as you talk about, something else.
Yeah.
And she's like, I would love to look at those. I mean, tech from other people, I mean, it's not as good as mine, but I do looking at it for inspiration.
But I guess the point that I'm saying is I am not a person who slows down for very long. I am looking to run an army, to rule my own organization like this, to be in those positions where I will always be in danger, and I don't want to give you hope either.
Oh. Well, then I think we know where we are.
And Kara will kind of take her hand a little bit and clasp it with her other hand and will say, I'll always be here if you ever need me. You are first and foremost an amazing inventor and a great friend.
Well, if you ever need animatronic horses or something for your armies and and such, you can always look me up too. And hey, I'm here too. not for that, but for friendship and stuff. I would really like to make that work.
And she nods and pulls her in for a big, tight hug.
She hugs you back so hard before she kind of lets you go. I mean, if you're still hungry, the noodles here really are great.
Oh, thank God. I'm so hungry. And her stomach audibly growls. And yeah, to head up to the counter and get whatever the lady wants.
So much noodles, so many. I imagine they have just the best. Oh my God, the best stir fry.
Chicken satay.
Oh, yeah. Meat on skewers and all kinds of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I guess in my head, this just became the noodle stand from Blade Runner. I don't know why, but that's where we are. That's what I'm picturing.
I like it. The New Breach has got some spice.
Yeah. And Fera, what are you doing?
Just feel my heart break, and I don't know why. Yeah, I think. Sorry, my voice cracked because I'm upset. But I think that Fera kind of finishes getting herself together, puts on her fuck you shoes, which make her 6'3".
Whoa. Whoa.
And she kind of just takes a deep breath and exits the room and goes to find Kristoff and accept her fucking fate.
All right, and I think while we're getting ready to walk into this meeting, let's open up that dice giveaway, everyone. Everyone is in the chat so mad at me. Let's open up this dice giveaway, yay! So the rules of the giveaway: we are going to give you that word. You have to type that word into chat, and then you have to stay till the end of the episode where we are going to pull that name. So enter to win and stick around until the end. Let's go ahead and flash those dice one more time. Look at these green and gold beauties. And Sage, what is the word to enter?
Exclamation point, swamp walk.
Swamp walk! So enter exclamation point, swamp walk to win these set beautiful, gorgeous dice.
Those remind me of Valerius, actually. We should have made that the keyword.
Oh, yeah, the green and gold.
Next time, gadget.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Cool. So you are tippity-tapping in your big shoes towards the conference room. Yes?
Sure.
Yes. Okay. So you get in there. Basically, Aaron and Kristoff have not moved from the spot that they were in. They're still working, quietly around the table. And as you walk into the room, Kristoff stands up halfway in his chair and then kind of sits down, sort of playing it cool, he was really excited, but he's not sure if you're gonna stay this time. And he says, are you're back? You're ready to...
Yeah. And she sits down in a chair next to them and is all right, what do we got?
Well, what do you want to start with first?
Listen, I know that I'm, I guess, the leader now, but I'm new at this, so I don't really know. Isolde knows what the fuck she was doing. I don't. So if you want to guide me, this isn't teach me as we go, and I'm listening. I just want to help the best I can.
All right. Well, we can just start at the top here. The most pressing situation is deciding what action to take in terms of defense. I know you mentioned that you had learned some things, but we still really don't know what Rem's plan of action is. So like I said before, we've called back the agents. Aaron has put out that call, and they're all here. Valerius has volunteered to put these wards around the keep, so that's one line of defense, two lines of defense. But other than that, we do have a few options. If you feel it's necessary to call in more people, both Duke Ravain and Sarina Sariel have offered forces. Yeah, I suppose it's really just a matter of what should we do? What should we prepare for?
Well, we did have a run-in with what we thought was Rem, but either way, it seems that she does have control over a lot of undead. So I think that any clerics that we can find, we want to have so we can be ready to turn undead when we can. I also have learned that there's only one person in this whole fucking joint that's going to be able to lay a finger on Rem, and that's going to be Saye. So
Just Saye.
Yup. Just swallow it, accept it. It's not great, but
yeah, you can see him doing
something.
like tactical calculations in his head as
You've seen that girl's fist fly. She's got wings. She's gonna take care of it. But I would order all forces, if they see the avatar, do not bother unless it's going to be something that is going to be like a fog cloud to block her vision or something like that. Nothing else is going to damage her at all.
I see. And do you think that she's going to attack the keep directly, or does she have another target in mind?
I mean, all we have is the small amount that we know, right? And that's only that she has attacked Nerul. I don't know what her plans are, unfortunately. I wish I fucking did. I do know that she hasn't tried to hurt anyone else at this point, but that's about it. You know, I don't know what her next move's going to be. Quite frankly, if she would just talk to us, she has so many people here that she brought in. And that's another thing. Have we tried to like zone of truth these people here and make sure we know who is on our side and who will side with her when it comes to it?
No, I haven't ordered anything of the kind, though I suppose Isolde would have taken care of things like that, and, well, now you.
Yeah, one thing we're gonna have to remember here, Kristoff, I ain't a cleric. I can't magically have a spell like that. I got what I got. And I can blow shit up and I can put people back together, but I don't have as much utility at the drop of a hat as Isolde did. But I'll do my best for you.
All right. Well, it sounds like now what we're mostly suffering from is a lack of information. Do you think there's any way... Have you contacted the Sisters of Sorrow recently? Perhaps they have something to say on the matter, some kind of information to share?
No, I've been, as you guys probably guessed by the fact that I didn't get any of your messages, far away. I haven't been in contact with anybody. So as far as the Sisters of Sorrow is concerned, what you know is what I know. What do you know?
I think we're about on the same page. Perhaps it would be prudent to reach out to them and see if they have any kind of updates for us. I know you're not a cleric, but you are the leader of their organization, specifically handpicked by them. If there's anyone they're going to listen to or talk to, it's going to be you.
Goody. Well, I will try to find my happy place. You know, there is a cleric in town that you know, Chance. I don't know if you've met him, but
I've
he
met him
might
several
be
times. Yes.
cute, right? Yeah, he.
Well,
I don't know.
Not
Maybe
really my
if I
type,
have-
but okay.
You're married, Kristoff. Jeez. But
You look so
yeah.
confused.
And I don't know. If I have trouble getting in touch, then I'll try to consult him.
Of course. I do know. I mean, Isolde may not. You did talk to her, right? How is she?
I mean, she just kind of shrugs. As best as you could imagine, I suppose. Thank you again for making the call to let her stay. That's absolutely what I would have wanted anyway.
Of course, of course. No question about it. But if there was someone who could help you access them, I mean, she could. Maybe she has some wisdom to give you. Otherwise, yes, bringing in this chance, that's a good call. Would you mind speaking to him?
If you insist, I mean, I'll do my duty.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need to do that, I think this probably takes urgent priority. If you're all right with me signing these food orders and everything, we need to get some quarters reassigned, some equipment input. I can take care of that with your permission, of course.
Yeah, I mean, totally do it. Feed the people. Get them pancakes. Let's do it.
Sure. He says, and he'd be like, "All right, well, you should be on your way then. Let's
Okay.
get this solved."
Well, you know where my new quarters are. I did after I looked in my first spot and they weren't there. I figured it out. But if you need anything.
Yeah, sorry about that. I suppose I should have. If you need anything, Vlad can help you.
I got a bathtub. I don't need shit, but thank you. It's great.
Oh, good.
Thanks for holding on the fort. You too, Aaron.
Yeah, and Aaron's like, yeah. Hey, is Arnadel back? Is she? Are you all? Where's she?
Yeah, I think that she should be quite fresh if you guys want to rendezvous. At any point, I'm sure you got a lot to catch up on. So you go get her, Tiger.
And he's just like, okay.
I'm your boss now. I can say whatever I want. And she just kind of like slips out.
There's no HR.
Yeah, I am HR.
All right, so you're gonna head down to New Breach.
Yeah, I think she'll check with the Zold actually first, since that's what he advised, and she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. And see, she doesn't really have much high hope for it, considering that Isolde doesn't really want to have anything to do with the sisters, but she'll stop in, and if she's there, just kind of, hey, first question of I'm sure many.
Yeah, and she looks back up, she's like, oh, so many of you just stopping by. Oh, yeah, what can I help with?
So Kristoff wants me to have a meeting with the sisters. And, you know, I know you guys aren't really kosher right now, but how'd you do that? Because I pretty much just kind of am doing my thing, and then they contact me when I want. But this seems, I don't know if this is cleric shit, or if you have like particular means.
Well, to be quite frank, it was always particularly difficult even for me to contact them. I don't think I ever had the kind of hands-on experience you all seem to have, a very personal relationship with them. But I do have plenty of ritual implements in my room if you wanted to set up a circle and try to contact them. Certain incenses and symbols will help enhance your connection to the divine. I'm sure you're aware of that, though.
I am now. And like Fera's kind of like taking a notebook that she brought with her and is like writing notes as she's talking. She's like, yeah, so you know, that incense that we both know is gonna help me. What kind?
And she's if you open up the cabinet in your room, you should find everything you need in the containers. I have them all very clearly labeled.
About that, do you want those fucking great sheets down here? Because I will bring them to you. Honestly, black's not my color.
I mean, I'm getting no use out of them, so I'd rather.
I mean, do you need anyone else to have use of them? Those are nice.
If you don't want them, you can just throw them away.
I'm gonna give them to you. I'm gonna have someone send them to you because you might say you don't want them.
She looks
but,
at her like tiny cot and she's like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, maybe we can have somebody sew. And people are probably busy sewing other things that we need. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to send you the top sheet because the fitted sheet is not going to be your thing for this cot. And see if I can find better arrangements for you, unless you like having Gidget's like area and being around and hanging out with her.
I would just caution against. I appreciate your kindness here, Fera, but if there was ever a time you needed the sisters on your side, it's now. And I don't think doing me any favors is going to do you any favors. To be quite honest, I am perfectly fine just the way I am. Don't pity me.
I don't pity you. You're my friend, and I like doing things for my friends. And silk sheets that are pretty depressing color, if you're asking me anyway, is like nothing.
Black was Rem's favorite color.
Ew! I'm buying you new sheets. But for real, if you need something, I know I need them on my side, but I highly doubt that they're gonna be watching if I rent you a room and some new sheets. They don't give a fuck.
Fera, the hard part about this job that you've walked into is getting your priorities straight. So I would counsel that you think a little bit more about what you need to be doing right now and not about my sheets or my comfort.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have a hard time doing that, but I appreciate your counsel and I will go and take care of my duties, which are super fun and I love it. But do let me know if you need something, because I just need to say VLAD's name and we know he'll show up, and it's not going to be much any time. And you can ask him too, because I'm sure he'll show up for anyone. I don't know how that works, actually. He's a strange guy that I don't know much about.
He's very strange. No, I don't know where Rem found him, but
Okay. Rem sent him. Weird. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm going to go and weirdly raid your cabinets, and
they're your
I will
cabinets.
talk to you.
No, it's not weird.
No, I think just the bath is mine, because that's pretty nice.
Fera, I hope you don't mind me saying, I don't know what the Sisters of Sorrow were thinking.
Fuck me either.
I don't mean that as an insult to you.
No,
but
none taken. I'm surprised it wasn't Kara, but she's got this Moradin thing going on. So, I don't know. I'm just going to do my best and try to have some fun while I do it.
whatever gets you through the day.
Mostly alcohol. Anyway, I'm going to go, but thank you. And I'll see you later.
See you later at the thing in
Okay.
Kara's room.
Yeah,
said.
I mean, yeah, sure. Kara's room. Whatever. I'm sure it'll be great. Okay. Well, catch you later. Bye. She's gonna, like, scoot out.
She's like, because this has all happened in like 2 to 3 hours, so not much time has passed. And Brittany, so I think we come to, a little bit later in the day. So you have bathed. What are you doing in this moment now?
Probably reading, honestly, and like trying to, I think a practice that Arnold does after crazy moments, like, or missions, whatever experiences like that, is she writes as much information as she can in as much detail down. So basically like a captain's log, but she's not a
Stardate.
captain. Yeah. Yeah, she just wants to document all the things that and this is something that's well practiced with her. So she's got like her whole fucking process and system and whatnot. So she's probably doing that and like kicking it with whatever fantasy version of like playing a record and
having your prestidigitation play music in the air.
yeah.
So you are, really settling into the chill zone when you get a quiet knock on your door.
I'd probably absent-mindedly just like, yeah, come in.
And the door does open, and you see Aaron kind of pokes his head into the room, and he's like, is this a good time?
Oh, like in the middle of him even saying that, I already jump up and I'm like, oh my God, are you free? Like, are you still busy?
No, not for now. Christoph seems to be really deep in the paperwork and really didn't notice me leaving, so
just jump on his ass so quick he doesn't even get to finish his sentence. There's like no, like that awkwardness that was just so fun and cringy. It's like complete. She is a wizened, worldly woman now.
She knows what she wants, and she's gonna get it.
Yeah, like when you survive that, well, like self-sacrifice literally, and then also seeing your friends, like the full gamut has happened. I think we've moved past the point of being shy.
Oh yeah. And he is more than happy to rise to the occasion, as I think you all have an excellent 15 minutes.
15? Are you? What?
It's been a while. I mean,
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Give him a break. He's doing his best.
You go a couple rounds.
Yeah, and then you chill, and then you go again.
That you guys thought that I was jumping to that conclusion.
Oh.
Jokes on you? No, just kidding. Nah,
Have
like
you been
obviously.
reading my chat? That's
Oh my
all
God.
I'm thinking about.
I did. Okay. Well,
yeah.
I would like to have like the night with him, and whether we're active or not, just absorbing how much I've missed him into all of that.
Yeah, no, and I think you do, you have that initial crash, that happens after not seeing someone for so long, and it's just, all raw emotion, and it is what it is, and connecting again, just trying to, feel each other and be in the same space, trying to exist like that. And there's
I think we laugh and cry.
Oh yeah,
all the things above.
Yeah, and I think, as you're laying there after this, initial encounter, he's looking at you and he's just, I've missed you. I've missed you so much, and so much has changed, and it's gotten so strange here. And how are you?
I guess I could say, I don't know. Good sounds weird, bit hollow. I mean, but otherwise, good. I've missed you too, and that's the thing, is shit's always going to be changing. Always. It's never going to stop changing. But I don't know, the fact that things have changed so dramatically, so much, so quickly, makes me realize how happy I am to have you to be tethered to, so I don't get so whisked away in all of it.
Yeah, and he smiles at you kind of lazily. It's I didn't think that being in the position I'm in would be so hard. Having people's lives in your hands, it's not great.
I mean, you can't. I mean, yes, I understand. Well, I think I can understand, but the moment that you start fixating on that one pristine detail, there's also a lot of other things you can do with that.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I feel like the more I'm here and the more I'm doing this, I mean, I get it. I honestly, I get why, Rem walked away from it. It's not something I particularly enjoy. I'm here out of, I guess, a sense of duty. I don't know, with Isolde gone and everything changing, I guess it's got me questioning what's really important.
Oh, me too. Like, me too. If you didn't question things, that would be, you're not a robot. Like, do you know who you're talking to? You're talking to me. I'm always questioning things on a dumb level too, like a neurotic level that we shouldn't even get into. But like, yeah, you have to. That's like an important part of fulfilling this duty. And even if it gets to a point where you question whether you're not supposed to be doing that or not, that's neither here nor there. I think actually I'm going to take my own advice that I'm about to give you right now. You just got to take it one day at a time. We are so overwhelmed with the literal weight of the world and all of the people living in it, to our knowledge. And we don't even know what, how, when, or why. So can we just not think about all of the things and just exist in this moment right now? And then whatever comes up next, we'll take that next step and nothing further.
So you never think about what you would do if you left?
I have. A bunch of times. And
care to share? He says, and kind of pokes you.
Well, half of it is, well, actually most of it are a bunch of wild card scenarios that I can't predict the future. Trying to come up with the idea of leaving. Well, that would just be one step. I cannot tell you what I can possibly imagine would happen next. Every time we go off onto a mission, every time I walk away from you or, do something crazy and to save, my friends, it's always, there's two choices you can make: to do or to not to do. And, I don't know. I don't think that's, in those moments, I don't think too hard about what happens next. You just make the choice. So honestly, I think I'm sharing this with you, but I don't have much else to share other than it drives me nuts. And when I start feeling like I'm spinning my brain wheels, I just stop thinking about it. And my choice is to stay for now. Who knows how long that'll last? It changes day to day, but I'm still here. I hope that maybe gives you some insight.
Yeah, and I think you see his expression sort of change sad. It becomes sad briefly. And he says, so if I asked you to go with me somewhere else, you wouldn't be interested?
I think you're jumping to one hell of a conclusion. I'm going to need a lot more information than that. I mean, I literally just told you I think about it every day. So far, the pros and cons have outweighed in the fact that I will choose to stay because there's more pros than cons here. What are you saying? Where do you want to go? And why?
Anywhere, as long as it's with you and it's not here.
I mean, that's all I've ever dreamt about since we first tied our knots, if you know what I'm getting at. But right now,
it would have to be soon if we did go. And he's looking at you, and he is clearly trying to tell you something without giving something away. Like the way he's looking at you, it's very weird and it's deep. And
yeah, I'm sure. I mean, do you want me to roll a check to like? I mean,
no, you can tell that. I think you know him well enough that you can tell all of
what
that.
Are you not telling me? Like, this is, I'm like alarmed, but trying to be chill because I'm still like relishing in his presence, but also it's like I don't really you have a lot that you're. What?
And he's fighting with himself, and he looks at you, and his expression changes, and he sort of, perks up, and he's like, I was just thinking about things. It doesn't really matter. And he goes and he like scoops you very, very tightly into his arms.
I mean, I hold him back, but I'm like, well, we got to talk about this, because I can't just let that go. Like, you do know that's what I want with you, right?
I hope so. That's what I want.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've told a lot of people to fuck off on behalf of us. So don't forget that.
I know we don't have to talk about this right now. I think we probably have a little bit more time, but we should
reconvene, because I'm emotional as fuck to see you, and that I know it's going both ways. So yeah, let's chill for just a minute. I'm not saying like postponing anything for too long. I want to definitely talk about this, but I just want to really bask in the happiness of seeing you right now.
And I think with that, he like, launches at you and, has you swept up in kisses and hugs. And, the hour becomes 2, which becomes a night of being tangled up in each other. And yeah. I think this is actually when we're going to end the episode right here. It's
what?
already that time.
Girl,
so
how dare!
I don't know. I'm just here to play for an hour and a half.
I demand
So-
more.
There's still so much talking to be done.
I know. With this way, the next session's gonna be totally RP too.
4 games in a row. Let's do it.
Let's do
Not
4
a
games in a
single
row.
dice
No
roll.
dice rolled. This is how you play D&D, motherfuckers. But let's go ahead and pull that dice giveaway before we say more words. Yes, dice giveaway time. Who's going to win?
Lyra_J.
Lyra J. Oh my gosh, I just saw you do a heart, but make sure to claim your giveaway. Congratulations on winning these beautiful dice from RPG_dice. And make sure to check out, follow him on Twitter, and then also his website where he has a bunch of beautiful custom dice you can buy. Oh gosh. What a time, y'all. Role-playing is heck.
Too much.
What do you mean it's a campaign ending? Of course it's going to be too much.
It's literally been years, plural, since Aaron Shadewalker has dropped a fucking role-playing bomb like that on me. Also, it's not the first time Aaron's left to protect his sister.
But he wants you to come with him. It's very
Don't
different.
leave us, Aaron. And also, what the fuck is going on with Rana? I want to check.
Oh, is he still in his cage?
Who the fuck knows? We didn't look.
You haven't talked to Rana. You haven't talked to Chance. You haven't really talked to Valerius.
I know.
all
We've
kinds
got
of-
so many more people to talk to.
Oh no, role playing. Oh no. Well, I'm sorry everybody if I made you feel too many feelings tonight. Chat was I was very going through it. So thank you all so much for being here. You all are a delight. I have been your dungeon master, Celeste Conowitch.
Brittany playing. Sorry.
I'm Brittany. I'm dead.
Yeah, playing Arnadella Thill, the Moon Elf Warlock.
Hi, I'm Katie, and I'm playing your reluctant leader, Fera, the Tiefling Sorceress.
I'm Nassim, and I played your emotionally ruined human monk, Sayanor.
God.
And I'm Sage, and I'm your heartbreaking barbarian, Cara Brynhilda.
Oh, wow.
So many
I
sad
hate
people.
it.
Yeah, well, while you all are sad, this is a good time to follow us, gift us a sub, whatever, just to pacify your feelings. Also make sure to follow us on social media everywhere at Venture Maidens. And if you missed it, we are now officially part of a new podcast studio, Penwitch Studio, which was started by myself and Lisa Penrose, who's a fabulous community creator. So we made Penwitch Studio to hype and love a bunch of awesome femme-led shows in the geek community. So we would love if you would also check them out. Check us out, I guess, on Twitter at Penwitch Studio. And just stay tuned for all the cool, new, exciting stuff that's going to be coming up for Venture Maidens and all of the other great shows that we have on the network. And then, of course, also, you can catch Katie and I tomorrow playing more Baldur's Gate on the Nerd Immersion channel. I am going to try and find my goblin love tomorrow. So if you want to be there, if you want to see that happen, worshipping Dendar is lonely and sad. I just need someone to hold at night. So I'm going to find a goblin. And then, Sage, do you want to talk about what's happening on Friday?
On Friday, we are having the 5th episode of our The Rising Hunger campaign, where I am running our group through the Empire of the Ghouls module by Kobold Press. And it is a fantastic time. That's weekly Fridays from 6 to 8 p.m. PST. And tomorrow, for her third game in a row as Stella of the Order of the Ebon Star, is the editor of Empire of the Ghouls, Megan Markle. She's a real cool player, and her character is really fucking metal.
Hell yeah. So other than that, yeah, just, take care of yourselves. We love you all. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, venture away, everybody. Bye-bye.